Nixon, former BYU basketball standout, and a guy who over the weekend released a list of unbelievable competitors that he has played against. Kevin, let's talk about this list of players. First and foremost, at the top, Michael Jordan. What's the story there? Because you're basically a decade his junior, and it didn't happen in the NBA. So how did this all come together?
So I started at Northwestern University, signed with them out of high school. And so being in Chicago and in the late 80s, had an opportunity to, in the summers, doesn't say much about my academic career. I had to go to summer school, but in the summers we had, I spent a lot of time going to Cubs games, trying to pick up my grades. And every now and again, we had an opportunity to go play against some of the Bulls down at their practice facility. And Michael Jordan was there a couple of times. And just, when I was in junior high, I had his posters. I had his, he was my favorite player in college. And so to be able to go and play against him, even in a pickup setting, was just kind of a dream come true.
Did you ever get switched onto him defensively?
That's funny you say that. I don't really remember. So I'm guessing it didn't happen, because if it did, I would remember. So he was pretty much running circles around me and everybody else. So when you say switch on, yeah, I might have been chasing him in transition or something like that.
Good luck. When it comes to your experience in Chicago, apparently you got to go to a lot of Chicago Bulls games as well.
I did. Yeah. Interesting story there. My freshman roommate at Northwestern was Brendan Brown, and he was a walk-on and a team manager, kind of similar to the Scottie Pippen story, except he didn't turn into a superstar. But he's the son of Hubie Brown, CBS Sports broadcaster at the time, NBA coaching legend. And at the time, obviously, the Bulls were a big ticket, and it was a pretty important game, usually, with Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. So CBS did a ton of games, and I was kind of the beneficiary of being roommates with Hubie's son Brendan, and we spent a lot of time at Chicago Stadium. And so I got to see, probably in those 2 seasons, saw probably 20 games, give or take, and at least 6 playoff games. So it was a hoot. And of course, Hubie Brown got those. He got those tickets, so we were pretty close to the floor and got to see Michael Jordan up close and personal. It was a fun little run.
Yeah, we're all jealous now, Kevin, and I can't tell you how many times we've discussed on this show. It's about having the right friends, and because you're our friend, we will contact you later to see what you can do for us. Is that cool?
Hey, I got you. If Michael Jordan comes back and plays, I got tickets for you.
Okay, back to your list, which is incredible, including the likes of Shaquille O'Neal, Grant Hill, Penny Hardaway, Alonzo Mourning, and the list goes on and on. Shaq jumps out to me because I know that BYU, you played against him in LSU in the NCAA tournament. What's your favorite story about Shaq?
Wow, I don't know if it was favorite, because he just dominated us. We had just gotten done winning the WAC championship, and on that Saturday night in Fort Collins, we get back to Utah. We get together to find out who we're going to play, and then we find out our reward for winning the WAC championship tournament, or the tournament championship, was to play LSU and Shaquille O'Neal. So we were all excited. We thought it was pretty cool. We didn't think it was real fair. We were trying to figure out how we were going to guard him, and he was just so dominant. And the interesting thing about it is he set the NCAA tournament record that game for block shots in an NCAA tournament game. And so, if you go back, there's a few places you can go and see actually all 11 blocks consecutively. You'll see that I was not blocked until the 11th one. So I waited until I could get into the record book with Shaquille O'Neal as his 11th block of the game, setting the NCAA tournament record. But I razz all my teammates, Russ Larson and Gary Trost, and Jared Miller. I thank those guys for letting him block all their shots so I could get in the record book with him.
I think Russ Larson's joked he contributed 5 shots to that or something, but yeah, that's awesome.
It was in that range, but yeah, ridiculous amount.
Yeah. Let's finish with this. You played against Michigan, so you get Chris Webber and Juwan Howard and Jalen Rose and all those guys, Jim Jackson, all those guys. So was that the Fab Five team? Was that year when they were all freshmen, or was it? When was
yes,
it?
It was the Fab Five team. We played them in Florida, played at Orlando's arena, and matched up with them in the first round of the Red Lobster Classic, and it was a lot of fun. There was a ton of hype around them, and I tell everybody it was the battle of the long shorts versus the short shorts. Because they brought the new long style of shorts in, and we were still stuck in the I was going to say the 90s, but everybody was still in the 90s. So it was a good game. We lost by 3. I tell everybody I held Chris Webber to 30. And just like I held Shaq to 36. So,
Kevin, it's great to talk to you. Hey, and the short shorts are coming back, my friend. So all trends will come back around.
Yep, short shorts and mustaches. Thanks to Zach Selly.
Great talking with you, man. Take care and stay safe.
Hey, appreciate it, guys. Have a good one.
You got Kevin Nixon on the Deseret First Credit Union hotline via Skype. Deseret First, you know why, we show how.
Other names we didn't.